Something that's going on at Jay, of course, has been a lot of construction above the administration offices, and a lot of hammering, a lot of clearing out of space, and there's a brand new learning commons that will open soon. Tell us a little bit about what that all will entail.
Absolutely. Well, as by the time you hear the hammers and nails, a lot of work has gone in before to get to that point, and so really starting about 2.5 years ago with planning the space, and we knew at that time the library was coming up on 20 years old. The Learning Center was opened in 1996, and so we knew that it was due for renovation. And so we began talking with our teachers, our faculty, students who used the space to see what might the center need to look like. And so we worked with our architects and the planning group and developed the concept of the Learning Commons that's being constructed today. 2.5 years of fundraising and appealing to major donors. Also, our annual fund has been a big push for the annual fund to support that project. And then our Jackson Academy Association, they stepped up and said, we really want to pledge, as it turns out now, all the proceeds from all 3 years of a Blue and White Night, which amounts to $300,000 as well as Carnival, to support that project. So about a $700,000 project, completely transforming the upstairs space, tearing down walls, opening up sight lines and views, and really giving the students more of a common space where the old study hall used to be. We're going to have a coffee shop, and we'll talk a little more about that later, I'm sure, as well as collaborative learning spaces where students can work in small groups, whether that's out publicly with some of the technology tables, also the old offices that were there, taking those and making those more seminar rooms where private study can be done, small group meetings, club meetings, so very versatile space. And that was really the theme for the project, was that it be very versatile. That the previous library has served for 20 years, and we wanted this renovation to serve for the next 20 years, and we know there'll be a lot of change. So in order to do that, we had to make this a very functional space, and one that was very flexible and could be used in multiple ways.
If there's one thing when you get on campus in the mornings you see is kids drinking coffee. So obviously a chance now for them to come to campus and buy that coffee. And tell us a little bit more about what that coffee shop's going to be about.
Yeah, so initially it was just, hey, if you have a common space, what the students would want the coffee, and we will do that, but it's also going to allow the students through an entrepreneurship. I'm not sure yet whether that's going to be a club or a class, whether it be for credit or not, but regardless, it's going to allow the students to really run the coffee shop. And that's going to start initially with developing a business plan for naming the coffee shop, for doing profit and loss, for sourcing the coffee, the equipment that's needed initially, designing a logo. All of that we're putting in the students' hand, and a group is already working on that. So that's going to be exciting to give them those real-world opportunities to run a business at Jackson Academy, and then serve their peers, their fellow students, coffee and other items that they may see fit to serve.
I'm going with JA Java. I'm thinking maybe they could use that. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not a marketing guy necessarily, but just throwing it out there. Well, of course, a lot of folks want to know, students, how soon do you think they can move into that space?
So we are targeting opening the space. The students will be back. The faculty's in service the Tuesday after Labor Day, and so we're targeting the Wednesday after Labor Day when our students will be back. Will be the kind of the grand opening day that they will be able to use that space.
That is going to be a lot of excitement, of course, continuing as also the first home football game comes up this Friday. I want you guys to come out and support that. But we'll come back here at Highland Village inside the courtyard here in just a little bit, so stay with us. We've got some more guests, so just stick around as we're right here on the Raider Network.